Hey, Cubs and Kittens. It's Lady Bear Sean here with you again, and for coming to you from my office at Alkine Counseling, and wanted to take a moment to talk about what happens when we get to a point where there is no more escaping who we are. That we've been through and burned through everything we could binge watch, the movies, running through old photo albums, telling stories, Zoom meetings, all of the things that are sort of hallmarks of what we're doing today, in an attempt to try to keep us distracted because all of the things that we normally distract ourselves with aren't available to us. And there comes a point where, inevitably, what we're left with is us. And I think sometimes the hurt and the pain and the internal noise, that inner critic that is constantly on our backs, starts to get louder. Those issues become more prominent when we can't distract ourselves, especially when we can't distract ourselves with coping mechanisms that we don't really have access to at the moment, like running out to fancy dining rooms in restaurants, or going shopping in different places, and things that sometimes are ways for escape for us from us, or ways in which we can only see our better selves or try to enhance our better selves in a way that makes us feel less alone and maybe less hurt. And so I want to invite you to think about working on some radical self-acceptance and thinking about maybe the first step in starting to silence this inner critic, in facing down the hurt and the pain, is accepting who you are where you are in this moment. Because I think until we kind of get to that place where we have offered that kind of acceptance and compassion to ourselves, we can't really work on the changes that we want to make, or deal with the issues that we're really most interested in trying to work through. It begins by us first coming to a place where we can accept ourselves. I think for a lot of us, it's a really tall order, and something that maybe we've never had the opportunity to really do before in the same way that we do right now. It's a difficult time, and there's a lot of people in the world who are struggling. There's a lot of people in the world who are really sick. And there's a lot of people in the world who are losing people that they love. And I think in a moment where there is so much stress and anxiety, while simultaneously losing so many of the normal and routine coping mechanisms that we typically use, be it, swimming in pools because the pools are all closed, and the working out and the gyms are closed, or dining out and the restaurants are closed, and, whatever that thing is, whatever those things are that we use to try to help manage our anxiety and cope with the stress that we feel, a lot of those things aren't there with us right now. And so we're left to self-soothe. We're left to figure out how we are going to navigate that. And the only way past it is kind of through it. We have to sort of experience what it is that we're going through and allow ourselves to have those emotions and express and move through. And so that inner critic who's like, get off the couch, you've spent too much time here. Is that really true? Are you just beating up on yourself because you're just beating up on yourself? What is it that you do to you? How have you bonded to your own trauma in a way that causes you to be mean-spirited or rude to you? What is preventing you from accepting who you are? where you are. Because that's the initial stuff I think we gotta kind of work to overcome. And from there, we can start to move through the hurts and the pains and work it out. And we can journal and we can see therapists and we can do all kinds of stuff to try to work through those other things that have been holding us back. But it starts with us first becoming able to accept ourselves. And that means moving past that voice of negativity and that internal noise that we're trying so desperately to silence or run away from. Maybe it's more like a warning light on our dashboards, right? Just sort of an idea that something's a little off or something's off, and we need to attend to that. Not that it's correct, but we need to work on fixing it so that it isn't getting in our way. Worth considering. I hope that you're well. I hope that those you love are well. Please continue to take care of yourself. And I will look forward to speaking with you soon. Bear hugs, beloved.